Hello, this is Greg. Today I'm working on a stereo out of a 2015 Jeep. I started this late. Apologies. Can you see everything? Let's zoom down on this to a little bit better. I've taken off the front plate. It just kind of clips on, but it has a attachment right here, a plug. And then the top and bottom comes off with just by prying. So easily done. And then I've taken two screws out of the CD player right here, one here and one here. Will it come out? No, not yet. Two of these right here. So I started a little late on this one. My just sat down and started working and thought, geez, I better start recording something or I'm gonna get all this tore apart and not know what the heck I did. Oh, okay, we got another plug there. I've had this apart before. So come on. There we go. And this has a little push clip thingy right here. You can see that okay. Pops right out. Set that right over here. Okay, now the chip in question is this little guy right over here. Let's just go ahead and pull this board out. So I did this chip once and it worked perfect. And it made it 3 months, 4 months, and it started, the power started fluctuating. She was telling me about all kinds of weird things that were going on with this thing. And oh, got something attached over here. The fan. Yeah, the fan. So pop that out. I'll tell you, on the disassembly side, it's a fairly simple radio to take apart. And let's get the tom lob out here. It'll probably be in the way a little bit of the other scope, but let's see if we can move it around here to where it's not so bad. We will. Right up to there, and then we will okay. Let me see if that looks the way I want it to. Sorry about this. Yes, that'll be okay. All right. So this is the chip in question right there. And I'm going to lower everything down here and get closer to it. Might even have to take the whole thing. So one thing I do find a little annoying about the tom lob that I can't, well, it's hooked up to the computer. I cannot I can't zoom. All right. And I think most of that stuff in here holy moly, look at how big that thing looks. That's just flux. So that's not really a big problem. I think I'm just going to remove that chip. Pull it out all together. I'm going to pause and get a setup going. Okay, let's see how we can do here. All right, we still got audio and stuff, yes. All right. Now on this one right here, what I try to do is I don't pick up on the chips, I just try to slide them to the side. I tried to convince the lady to replace this chip altogether, and she didn't want to do that. I don't even know if I could find one. She just said no. Just heat it up, and if not, I'll just replace the thing, because she wanted like one of the LED ones. It came off of there nice. It was on there just like that, even though there is no indicator of which way it went. So everything looks good underneath of there. Well, look at this. That's a kind of off right there. Some of these are off a little bit. Let's go ahead and, should have had my soldering iron on. I'm going to go ahead and braid it off, get it all really clean, and then I'll put some soft solder back on and resolder it down. Because I just don't know why it would work intermittently. So, but we'll see what we can do after clean it up. It's just a very little tiny bit of solder right there too, and there. So, worst of it is that then I have to find a Jeep to put the damn thing in to test it. All right. Let's see what we can do here. What I'm doing is just dipping my braid in solder, in the little paste stuff, and so that there's solder on it. Oops, need that out of the way. And then I'll get in here and start at this side right here. Where are we at? Let me take a look there. It's looking better. Looks like maybe there might even be a track gone. No, it's there. Just a little discolored. Take all of this off of here. This side. Okay. Now, slip that back in there. I've moved everything around. So here's my toothbrush. Where's my alcohol? Right next to it. Dun, dun. I'll give this a little scrub in here. And then a little bit of some towel action and see what this looks like. Okay, that is that's acceptable. I can work with that. All right, now where's some of my homemade flux? There we go. Generous amount on there. For the price of it, I can afford it. And then we've got a little bit of solder right here. And let's kind of get an angle over here. And oh, I'm going to turn my turning this iron down to about 325 Celsius. There's no reason for it to be at 500 C for this. I don't want to. Oh, and I'm going to need a little fan action too, aren't I? Maybe. There we go. All right. See if I can get that little ball to go on there and stick. Nice. All right, there we go. Now we're going. Spread a little bit of this fresh solder around. Here. Get it all? Well, I'll have to clean that up again and take a peek, won't I? All right. I might want to use a little bit of paste on this rather than the pine pitch stuff. Works really good on the through-hole stuff, but I'm not liking the way that looks on there. So we'll take my, oh, I should never move anything around. It always takes me time to get myself reoriented to where it is. Let's take a little bit of this paste here and stick it on here. Give this a little turn. About 415 Celsius. Let's get just a little more. So I really want that ground to be fully covered. And then, okay, do this side. Well, I got the tip the right way. Good. And you. Oh. See that track move? Shit. Yep. I think that I have located a bit of a problem right there. That track right there. Scrub this up and see. If it stays in place. did. Okay. Yeah, and I don't like that hump right there. So we'll get rid of that real quick. Can you see the one I mean? Let's kind of take some of that off of there. What's that? You. Nice. These are all 3 grounds. They're not gonna... All right. There. Right there. Good. All right. Let's spin this back around here. Let's flux the crap out of this. Let's grab this guy and flux him up too. Okay. Let's spin it around here. What do I got? That's right side up. It needs to be upside down, doesn't it? It needs to be like that. All right. Now, come on. One thing I do like about the paste is that it does kind of allow you a little bit of stick. Not very much, but let's see if I can. Oh, come on now. Tiny moves. Come on, let it go. You shit. Also helps it stick to everything else too. Boom. Okay. Let me turn my fan speed is at 25. I'm taking it down to 10. And I'm leaving my temperature at 500 C. Got that chip there the right way? Yes, I do. All right, let's see how we can do here. There it is. It's in. And that looks way, way better. Never let the customer watch. She didn't want me to pull the chip. She goes, "Oh no, what if it doesn't go back on?" And once the customer's nervous, I'm kind of like thinking, well, what if they're right? Because, I'm a freaking amateur. Where a professional would have just said, go away, lady, and let me fix your shit. Now that, uh-oh, what's this? That's all right. It's a little just, must just been the way the light was shining on it. Okay, good, good, good. Change this view back. Move this back out of the way. Go out to a 20 on my remote. No? What have I got going on here? I'm going to pause a second, fix my camera. Okay, I'm still having a little switchology on my new camera. Let's go in here to, how about 10? 10 looks good. Okay, so that's the repair. I am curious to know what people think about my repairs, or at least my soldering techniques. I don't know about my repairs. I don't tend to post the failures. I don't watch failure videos because I don't want to know how to break it. I'm quite competent in breaking stuff all by myself. I want to know how to do it right. And if I see somebody do it wrong, it's going to mess me up. So, yeah, I just don't watch those videos. So anyway, nothing against you guys. I think that they're probably valuable. They're just not for me. All right, now let's see if we can put this thing back together. Let me get this little, I don't need this thing anymore. Well, how about right down there? Oh, yes, beautiful. Okay, so is there anything else I can, boy, that camera does give a nice picture, doesn't it? I should do a full, proper review just on this camera. Just for autofocus and just being so easy to use. All right, the capacitors all look good. There's nothing bulged. There's gooey all over it. This is kind of something, oh, now what's, I wonder if there should be something on top of that. It almost looks like there should be something stuck on there. Now, the one thing I am kind of curious about is this whole board has this thick resin all over it, except for this little corner right here. And that's the chip that keeps going out. And then this chip sits in the back of the vehicle, and there's no support back here. There's only the plugs, so it can just sit there and rattle and shake. So I'm going to put it back together, and then I'm going to wait until I have the opportunity to test it. Let's see if can I just plug that fan in right now? Oh, excellent. And I got to tell you, I'm just a fan. Well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I was a minute ago. Now it's not going together right. What did I do wrong here? Ah, I see. Right here. It's this, right in this back here, there's this little clip. Right. I showed that to you, this right here. Where this plug is, it slides into this little slot right there. So it's got to be, it's got to come right straight down onto the holes. and then everything sits in there nice and flat. It takes the screws with the little washer looking thing on the top. You know, the ones, these little guys right here, if you can, I don't know if you can see that. It's just got a little washer thing on top of it. It's not a washer, it just kind of looks like one little flat. So one thing I've tried to really really try and do as good as I can is put everything back exactly the way I find it. Whether I'm repairing it, whether I'm going to throw it away, I don't care what I'm going to do. I try and make sure that I don't break anything in the process of putting it back together. Or hopefully, well, taking it apart. Sometimes I'm not putting it back together. Let's get you in here. Yeah, just bing, bang, boom. This thing just, oops, front first. There we go. Maybe? Yes, perfect. And then these screws just need to hold this item together. You know, you don't want them loose for sure. You want to give them a good little snug, but you're talking inch pounds here. You know, an inch pound is literally, it's literally this. An inch pound can be as light as you can touch it. You know, that could be 15, 25 inch pounds, 30 inch pounds even. So you can go too far very quickly. And then always on any of the sheet metal, you should do it on anything, spin them backwards so you hear the click. Okay, now we have the front. Now let's see. This is the top. So this went in here. It has little, you come out there. Has little bends in it. Goes in two little holes and lays down in there. Am I right? Or am I wrong? There and there and there. Does it go inside of there? Am I wrong? Am I going this way? No, I'm not going that way. Is this the bottom? This might be the bottom. It is. It's the bottom. Or the black side, the CD side. So I just had the wrong piece. Yeah, that looks way better. You want to make sure that all these little slots on the side are where they need to be, because it just pushes into place, and it should push, you know, not, it should just go in and snap. If it's not just like sliding down easily, check to make sure everything is where it needs to be. And it should just, same on this side. And boom, boom. And then the front will go on. We have this plug right here. Goes right into here. See this, you want to plug to plug. Yes, there we go. That feels better. A little bit on the top, and then push that down and give it a, there it goes. And then these little clips actually snap over, hold it in place. And there is a very nice little factory radio that I need to test now. Did I forget anything? I did not. Well, I forgot to turn off my soldering iron. So anyway, if you happen to be working on one of these, that is how I have attempted to fix it, and I am not able to test it yet. So, there we go. So anyway, but it is kind of a cool looking thing. And once a cool looking radio. And once I test it, I will be able to, if it's working, I'll be able to price it out and see what I can get for it. You can't get for these factories what you used to get. Oh, there we go. That's snapped in better. You can't get what you used to for these factory ones, because why pay $600-700 for one of these when for 150 around there, depending on where you go, you can have a upgraded LCD screen, backup camera. You can have the whole 9 yards. So anyway, if I can test it, I'll sell it. If I can't, then it's going to sit on my shelf till I can test it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.